Letters to the Editor, Extra Mile TLC by Scout Volunteers. 2 photos relating to the following letter have been included. The first photo setting is the National Convention registration area. The image reveals a man and a woman standing side by side and looking forward. Although they are both smiling, the woman's expression is much less pronounced. The left side of the man's head is touching the right side of the woman's head. The man is identified by a convention name badge that says Enrique D. Sanchez. The caption states, "Nothing can keep Enrique Sanchez and Laura Sanchez from enjoying a BVA National Convention, not age, inconvenience, or even an unexpected night at the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center. The couple has attended consecutive conventions together more than any other, now numbering more than 4 decades. A second photo also features Laura and Enrique, the latter of whom is seated while Laura is standing above him on a tile floor. Enrique has with him a tote bag from a previous convention. Flanking Laura and Enrique on both sides are 4 younger-looking Boy Scouts about 11 years of age in full uniform, including hat and shorts. They are seen standing 2 to the right of Enrique and Laura and 2 to their left. The caption states, Troop 301 of Alexandria, Virginia, chartered by Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 609, will forever hold a special place in the hearts of Enrique and Laura. The letter begins, "Thank you to BVA National Headquarters for hosting an in-person convention after 3 long years. I don't know if I'll be making any more conventions, for the years are catching up on me. I am now 93, and this was my 44th or 45th convention in a row except for the COVID years. I was sponsored in 1976 to come for the first time and haven't missed one since. Thank you also to Kylie Fitzgerald on the BVA Public Relations team for posting our photo on BVA's Facebook page. We had a very good time, despite having to spend a night and close to 24 hours at the DC VA Medical Center. We appreciate the concern everyone had for us. Fortunately, it was not as serious as some thought it might be, and we were back the next day. We had a second adventure at the Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport as we were going home. It was a bad experience at first that quickly turned to good. The volunteers, boys, and adult leaders from Scout Troop 301 were with us when I tried to pay to check my luggage for the flight to New York. There were 3 boys and a girl with their dad, I believe. My credit card was declined for $130 because of a couple of holds that had been placed on it during the week. The ticket agent would not accept cash from my wife, Laura, and said that a valid credit card was required. We had no other credit card with us, and quickly we felt desperate. Immediately upon hearing this near disaster, the dad of the youngsters pulled out his credit card and made the payment for us. He said, "Here, this is no problem, and we can use my card for this." Fortunately, we were able to pay him for the transaction, but it took some coaxing for him to accept our cash. Had we allowed him to do so, he would have been totally willing to pay for it all after already volunteering several hours at the airport for our BVA members. Viva Scouting and Viva our BVA volunteers. Enrique Sanchez, New York Regional Group, 45-year National Convention attendee. Northwestern JROTC cadets lend indispensable service. Still another photo accompanies this letter. Standing together are 5 individuals, left to right 2 young men wearing gold T-shirts with the word Navy embroidered, followed by an older-appearing lady, then a young woman in full Navy uniform, and an adult gentleman with a blue shirt containing the Junior ROTC logo. A foam board behind them contains the BVA logo and a large "Welcome" with the letters moving top to bottom. The BVA volunteer desk is at the far right in the background. The caption reads, "Still on their summer break for 1 additional week, the Navy Junior ROTC program of Northwestern High School, Hyattsville, Maryland, offered valuable assistance during the first 2 days of the convention." Left to right, Brian DeLeon, Rodner Guevara, Margarine Beeman, Kimberly Melgar, and Sergeant Major Ephraim Wilson, USMC, retired. The letter starts with the following. On a steamy Sunday afternoon, a week before school started, 6 Northwestern Navy Junior ROTC cadets met their instructor at Union Station in Washington, D.C. They were there to greet veterans arriving for your annual convention. As veterans from all military branches guided themselves with their canes and sometimes service dogs off their trains and onto the platforms, cadets called out their names to intercept them. Each cadet introduced themselves and offered to escort the veterans to their hotel just a few blocks away. After the long journey, the veterans appreciated the friendly welcome and a chance to stretch their legs. In small groups, the cadets gathered up luggage and led their veterans through the Great Hall of Union Station and onto the D.C. streets towards the Hyatt Regency Hotel. There they made sure they got checked in and settled in their rooms. Over the course of many hours, cadets moved continuously between greeting 16 veterans at Union Station and helping about 30 others they met in the lobby of the hotel. With each new greeting, cadets listened and learned about life as a blinded service member, how they learned to move safely down a sidewalk, up a staircase. They heard stories about their years of service and sacrifice for their country. For some cadets, this was the first time hearing such first-hand accounts, and although the veterans expressed extreme appreciation for the cadets' acts of service that day, it was the cadets who were most impacted by the experience. They insisted that their instructor confirm that everyone had arrived, and they wanted to check the platform again to avoid leaving a veteran behind. They asked if they could come back to assist at the convention that week. Unfortunately, this was not possible. In those few hours, Northwestern High School's NJROTC cadets were needed, appreciated, and motivated through their experience of service to others. In fact, 5 cadets returned after the week-long conference to escort many blinded veterans back to Union Station to board their trains heading home. We look forward to seeing what more great experiences Northwestern NJROTC cadets have this school year. Sergeant Major Ephraim Wilson, Naval Science Instructor, Northwestern High School, Junior ROTC, Hyattsville, Maryland.